Hey everybody, coming to you today, gonna make some chicken and sausage jambalaya. Now my wife and I and the kids, we all like this. Don't know if it's, made the true Cajun way or not. I did learn this recipe from Justin Wilson, which is one of my favorite cooks growing up. But I had to take the day off today, had to do some running around. It's a business to take care of. Been running around, just got in. I'm probably still hot, hoping this fan cools me down. But just thought I'd run this through you guys, show you guys how we make it. So we got some green and red bell pepper. We've got jalapeno here. We got some garlic. We got a red onion, some curly parsley, and some green onion. Grab this bad boy right here. My wife bought this because she eats a lot of salads and stuff, and she loves it. I tell you what, I use it for everything. So we're going to get started cutting these veggies up. I'm just doing a rough chop on them. I don't want them so small that they're just going to dissolve and cook away. I want some, some decent bites there. And that's right, there is no celery in this. So it's not your classic Trinity. So all the Cajuns out there are probably going to holler at me and comment, I didn't use the real Trinity, I didn't use the Trinity. Well, this is how we make it in Central Florida, or this is how I make it. You guys make it any way you want. If you like celery, load up, use all the celery you want. I do not happen to be a fan of celery. And I can tell you why. Back when I lived in Alabama as a young kid, I went to this little place after school called College for Tots. Heck, I don't even know if it's still there. It's in Birmingham, Alabama. And they picked me up from school, and they watched me until my parents could pick me up. Well, they always gave us a snack. And unfortunately, their snack was celery filled with peanut butter with raisins on top. And they called them ants on a log. And buddy, I did not like celery, let me tell you. Peanut butter and raisins, I'm okay with. Celery, no sir. And they made you eat it every day. And you had to eat it. There was no getting up, playing, doing anything else till you ate it. So that's where my bitter hatred toward celery has come from. I do not like it, y'all. And I can taste it in something a mile away. Unless it's like a soup or something that it's cooked down for hours and hours. I normally can't taste it in that, but man, oh man, some other stuff. Whew, I don't even like celery seed. Although I do put it in some things. Now, obviously, you guys can probably tell I'm not a chef. Don't claim to be a chef. But I do love to cook, and it's pretty obvious I do love to eat. I love good food. Since I joined the church, I quit drinking, quit using tobacco, anything like that. So I said, man, to give everything up, I've got to have good food and got to have my Dr. Pepper. All right. So I had to ditch the jalapeno. I caught just the littlest tip of my finger with that knife. And so I went ahead and just ditched it. Cleaned my knife up, cleaned my board up and all that. So no jalapeno in this one. And I didn't have a spare, so. I like a red onion for this. Some people use a Spanish yellow onion. I'm just a fan of the red onion. I like the flavor. I like the color. I do love me some green onions. try to look through and see if there's any bad ones that need to come off, and I don't see any. Cut these ends off here. Get them out of the way. Now some of these green onions we're going to put in the dish, and some we're going to hold back for a garnish when we're eating. Got our green onion. Do our parsley next. The last thing we're going to do is our garlic here. What I like to do is take the garlic, put it under my blade, and smash it. And I'll just come back and dice it up real good. Alright, now we're going to work on the chicken. I like to use these frozen boneless, skinless chicken breast. That's what my wife and the kids like. I prefer the thigh meat myself. Actually, me and my son prefer the thigh meat. But that's what they like, so that's what we're going to do today. This one's got a little bit of looks like a blood spot in it there. I'll trim that up a little bit. And I'm just going to cube it up. Kind of small pieces, probably about the same size as the sausage there. And I'm using 3 of those breasts today. But I'll come back here in just a minute and tell you all the exact ingredients that I'm using, and how much, and quantity, and quality, and all that stuff. Now, I'm not trying to make this channel just a cooking channel or anything, so we'll be doing all our other stuff that we normally do, but I am going to bring you guys recipes that we like every now and then. And this is a family favorite, so we get to test out a lot of recipes. We, as a family, typically get together and have a Sunday dinner, and sometimes can range from 8 people to 20 people. Just depends on who's coming that day or whatever. A lot of times we celebrate birthdays. We have a birthday dinner, so whoever's birthday it is that close to that Sunday, we'll ask them what they want, and we'll try to fix it. And we have some things that we're really good at making, and some things we just have to try out. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. More than likely, they work out. We know what we like. We know what tastes good. We know what makes it taste good. All right, y'all. This is what we got in it. We got 3 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. We got 2 pounds of Conecuh sausage. We got 3 cups of Basmati rice. I like Basmati rice because if you look at the ingredients, it's rice. If you look at regular rice that's enriched, it's got all kind of stuff in it that I don't like. I don't want to put it in my body and my kid's body. So we use Basmati rice. We've got a bunch of green onions. We've got about 5 cloves of garlic. We got a bunch of parsley. We got about 3 bell peppers and 1 red onion. We got 8 cups of chicken stock, and we're going to use my favorite Cajun seasoning is the Cajun 2-step. Love it. I put this stuff on buttered toast. I love it. And then we're going to use Baja mineral sea salt. And then we're going to use this baguette from Publix here. And we're going to make us some garlic bread to go with it. So that's it. That's what's going in it. Let's get to the good stuff. Let's get cooking. All right, we got our pan smoking hot now. We're going to back it off the heat a little bit. We're going to do our sausage first. I'm going to get a little olive oil to get it started. And we're going to go right in with our sausage. That's our 2 pounds of Conecuh sausage there. As you can see, we're getting some good color on this sausage, and all that good fat and oil is coming out of it. We're going to pull this sausage now, set it aside, in a pot because we're going to add it back later. We want to use all that good bits of sausage stuck to the bottom and that fat to cook this chicken in. And in with the chicken. Okay, and as you can see, I'm using my number 10 Lodge Dutch oven here. I'm using all that grease and those bits of sausage on the bottom, deglazing it with this chicken and its juice. And man, we're starting to build some good flavor. I'm going to put some of that Baja Gold salt on it. Get that cooked in there. A little bit of black pepper. Then I'm going to hit it with some of that two-step Cajun seasoning. I like my chicken to be good and seasoned. And you can add any Cajun seasoning you want. This is just what I happen to absolutely love. All right, y'all, that chicken is looking good. It's looking done. We're going to pull it off. And what I'm going to let that juice do is kind of cook down. I'm going to let it reduce down a little bit because that's a lot of water out of that chicken. But it's still got a lot of good flavors in there. So I'm going to let that reduce down before I add my veggies. All right, you guys can probably hear this is reducing down really good. All the water's just about gone. We're going to go ahead and add our bell pepper now. Red and green. And we're going to add our onion. There again, we're going to hit it with another little splash of olive oil. Oh yeah, so the water that comes out of these vegetables is going to deglaze this pan again and pick up all the bits from the sausage and now the chicken. So that's just building flavor. We'll hit it again with a little bit more of this Baja Gold mineral sea salt. Can't get enough of that stuff. It was good for you. A little more pepper. It's more of that two-step. Boy, that's good stuff. I love it. All right, y'all, them veggies are getting right. Onions are starting to get a little translucent. Now we're going to go ahead and add our green onions to it. And I like to use the white end in there as much as possible and kind of reserve the green tops for the garnish when we're eating. We're going to put about that much in. We're going to leave about that much out. Now we're going to add our garlic. We didn't add our garlic with the onions and the peppers because I don't want it to burn. That garlic burns, and let me tell you what, man, whew, it is bitter. Man, it sure does smell good. I wish y'all could smell it through the camera. All right, we're going to go ahead and add our chicken back in. Keep that up good. And now I like to add my rice, my 3 cups of rice now. Kind of get it toasted up a little bit in there with all the juices and goodness. And I'll show you guys, this is how we're going to get that sausage flavor. And we're going to not add the sausage till the very end. Once this is done cooking, I'm going to pull some of that jambalaya out that just has chicken in it, put it to the side for my son, then I'm going to fold in the sausage so the rest of us can enjoy the sausage like we like it. And that's how you do it for the picky eater in the house. All right, now we're going to dump our parsley in. That mixed in good. Now we're going in with our 8 cups of chicken stock.
Alright, so I got a new microphone, and apparently it either went dead on me or wasn't working, so gonna have to do a little voiceover here for the first time. So what I'm explaining here is I'm gonna make garlic bread to go with the jambalaya. The whole family likes it. It's good stuff. I mean, it's bread with butter and garlic on it. How can you go wrong, right? So I got this baguette from Publix, and it was pretty fresh, nice and soft. So what I'm going to do is take this baguette and I'm going to cut it right down the center using a bread knife there. Trying to keep the fingers way away from the blade, right? Alright, so what I'm using here for the garlic is granulated garlic from Sam's Club. I've got some softened room temperature butter here. Let's get rid of this trash. And I use the back of a spoon. To me, it's the easiest way to spread it on the bread is just using the back of the spoon. I go pretty liberal with the butter here. I find it just makes better garlic bread. Go heavy butter. If you see any holes, like if you cut the bag open and there's like air pockets that, when you cut it in half, it makes like a little hole. I just fill those up with butter. Just makes it way better. And doing the same thing on the second half of this baguette here. Man, I love garlic bread. The whole family does. It makes good stuff. Yeah, all the way out to the end. Get those good crispy edges when you put it in the oven. Now I'm just going to hit it with the granulated garlic, and I try not to overdo it, but I don't want to go light enough where you can't taste it. So, make it like you like it. I'm going to put it in a 400-degree oven. Actually, this one, that's how I normally do it. I like to put it in a 400-degree oven. It cooks the bread all the way through a little bit more. My wife prefers it where you just put it in under the broiler, and it broils the top, gets it golden brown and crispy, and then the rest of the bread is kind of softer. That's the way she likes it. So that's how I do it when I'm making it this time. But you can do it either way, whichever way you like it. I like the crunchy bread all the way through. She likes the soft bread with a crunchy top. And there is no telling. I'm probably explaining that same exact thing right here. So. Okay. Now we're going to check our jambalaya. It's been about 45 minutes to an hour. And look at that. Folks, that just looks like goodness. Man. We love this recipe. It's one of our favorite things. I know I'm saying right there, I wish you guys could smell through the camera because, man, it smells so good. So what I'm doing here is getting a bowl. I'm going to bowl some out for my son that doesn't like the sausage. If you remember, I cooked everything down in the sausage grease and things like that, so you really don't lose that sausage flavor. When you add it in later, you're not losing a whole lot. He just doesn't like the sausage, so we get him some out, and he'll eat on that for a few days. Now I'm going to go back in with the sausage. Just mix that up real good. Stir it in real good. Man, guys, I'm telling you, it's all I can do not to get a spoon. Just start eating out of the pot right here. It is good stuff. All right, I think at this point my daughter's coming in the room, and she's gonna taste test it for me. All right, so this is my daughter Sam. She's taste testing it for me. She really loves this recipe. She loves this jambalaya. Here, you can see her. She's saying it's good. She's going to give it the thumbs up. And child approved. Guys, I'll put the recipe for this down in the description if you want it. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.